What if the best way to create viral content on YouTube was to steal from other creators who's already figured it out? Now, I'm not talking about plagiarism, because that's just wrong. I built an AI system that automatically finds proven viral posts and then repurposes them into your content calendar with your own tone and style. In this video, I'm pulling back the curtains and showing you exactly how it works. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that I know it's been a long time since I've been on YouTube. And the reason is because I've been deep in the trenches building a new business called Consultant Exit. It's a place where we help management consultants land better, high-paying jobs for their career. And during that time, I've been integrating all kinds of AI and automation systems into the business so that it can run efficiently. And so on this channel, that's exactly what I'm going to be uncovering and sharing with everyone here to let you know what's working and what's not working. And if you're new here, I'm San. I spent 10 years as a management consultant and then went on to build multiple businesses, including a marketing agency that won the high-level SaaS Award, an AI newsletter with over 52,000 subscribers, and then this consultant exit business. And like I mentioned before, on this channel, I'm going to be sharing real systems and automations that are practical for businesses and professionals. All right, with that being said, let's get right into it. Let me first share how LinkedIn algorithm works. So they don't reward originality. They actually reward patterns. What that means is the creators that are getting 50,000 views on their posts and the engagements aren't really more talented than you. They just understand the framework that is working for them. So most consultants, coaches, agency owners that I'm working with, here's what typically happens when someone tries to post on their LinkedIn. They post something and then they hope that it reaches other people and then it reaches virality. But the problem is most of the time it doesn't. So you have to try again. Maybe you try a different framework. Maybe you try a different type of content style. But the top creators actually follow a specific pattern. What happens is that they're reverse engineering what works already on the platform and then applying it to their own posts. Those patterns are actually sitting right in front of you because they're showing up on your feed already. So you just need a system to extract them. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you. This is part of the 3-part system that we use inside of Consultant Exit to build a 30-day content vault that practically guarantees engagement. Let me give you a high-level overview of the system. So you can see here, it starts out with LinkedIn profile. So you're going to add that inside Airtable, and then you're going to trigger Appify workflow. And I'll show you exactly how to get everything set up, of course. From there, the Appify is going to run. It's going to do its thing to extract all of the posts and the profile information. And then it's going to automatically update the Airtable when it's done. You're then going to review those posts, and then the ones that you want to take as inspirations and create posts as your own, you're going to generate the text and image with AI. And then from there, we're going to send that final post to our main Business OS Airtable, which is basically where I house all of my content there. And then that's where you'll be able to approve and schedule out the posts. We're going to use a tool called Fate to schedule the post automatically. Okay, so that is the high-level overview. Okay, great. So let's get started. We are going to start with our Airtable. This is where we're going to house all of the profile information as well as their LinkedIn posts here. Okay, you want to take a few of your favorite content creators. So for example, we'll use Justin Welsh. He's a big content creator, lots of followers, and he posts quite often about mindset, system thinking, how to build a one-person business, those types of topics. If I want to use his posts as inspirations for my LinkedIn profile posts, I'm going to take his username, which is here, Justin Welsh. So we'll put that in here. Okay. Now, let me walk you through like how everything is set up with the structure. So you want to show how many posts to be scraped here. And then when you're ready, you want to just click run now. So basically it's going to create a webhook trigger. And then I'll show you next on what that make automation looks like. And then we're going to take in their profile information from that automation. Okay. So that's the first step. And then what that's going to do next is it's going to start taking their information, and then it's going to give you all this data back. Okay. And then from there, we're going to generate a new script or new caption based on what they have. We're going to use AI to do that. Specifically, I like using Claude, but you can use any other LLMs for that. And then from there, you can also do the same with the media. So meaning the image that they have, you can use AI to update it, or you can just use the one that they have. It's up to you, of course. So once that's done, you're going to send the post to your main database. Now, if you don't have another database to house all of your content, you can simply just build something where you can post it automatically inside of this Airtable. But I use my own database with Airtable to store all of the content that I've created. Okay, so I'll show you later what that looks like. And then, of course, you have all the metrics as well for each of the posts. Okay, so that's how this Airtable works. So let me go over to the automation side of things. So we're going to start with this automation here. So basically what it's doing is it's going to wait until you trigger the webhook. And then what that's going to do is it's going to take that information, that record, based on the record ID, and then it's going to pass that information to the Appify, which is what we're using to scrape the data. So this is the actor that we're using. It's called LinkedIn Profile Post Scraper. Basically what it's doing is going to take the username and then the other parameters that you give it, and then it's going to give you back their information as well as the post. So we want to pass on the username and how many posts that we want to scrape. Okay. And then from there, it's going to update the record with the status saying that the scraping is in progress. Okay. So let's test this out. We're going to use Jessica Welsh as an example. So we're going to come over to LinkedIn profile. Let's say I want to take 20 posts. I'm going to click run now. And then you're going to have this little pop-up. Okay. So it says accepted. So now it's running. You can see that the status got updated to say in progress. So it's going to take a few more seconds for the entire workflow to run, but you can check under runs. You can check that it's currently running, and yeah, it's already done with 20 results. Perfect. So now you can see here that it's complete. The one thing I need to set up is getting their profile information. So you can easily do that on this next make automation. So before I walk you through this automation, let me show you what the output would look like. All right, so you can see here the posts have come in. You can see that we have the post URL, the posted date, the image, what type it is. Now, if it's a video, it will say video here. But because they're images, these are going to be considered images. And then you have the caption, the original caption. Okay. So you can see here, if I go to the gallery view, you'll be able to see all of these posts here. All right. Pretty cool, right? So basically what's happening is if I go to the make automation, let me go over to this diagram here so I can explain what that looks like. So what's happening is it starts out with the Appify actor completing its automation. So this is it. When it's done, it's going to push out all the results. And what we're going to do is we're going to update the records. Okay. So two things that are going on. We're going to first grab all of the information. So this is just a webhook. And then the next thing is we're going to do get data set items. Basically, what that means is we're going to get all of the data that comes from that automation. Okay, so we're going to grab the default data set ID so that we know what kind of data to get. We're going to have these options. None for data transformation, should be a JSON format. And then we say limit to 1,000, but you can just put the max number if you want. Okay, 100,000. and then keep this field empty. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to search for that profile. Okay. So the way I'm doing it is through the ID. So the run ID, which is going to be here, run ID. We're going to use that as a way to reference the ID. So if I search for ID, this is the ID that we want to link it to. So every profile will be linked to that ID here. Okay. So that's how we're going to search, find that record, that profile record. And then we're going to get that profile record using the ID field. And then from there, we're going to do two things. We're going to first update the record. Basically, we're going to update the status. So we want the status to say post scrape is complete. So that way we know that all the posts have been scraped. And then we're going to create the records in the other table. Okay. So you can see here under this table, we're going to create the post. Okay. And we're going to link it to the user that we're scraping from. Okay. Let me go back. So the data that we're going to get is we're going to link it to the ID of the username of the user record. We're going to scrape their URL, the date, under media, we're going to get the media URL. We're going to get the media type. So we know it's either going to be an image or a video. We're going to get the text. And then we're going to get these metrics, likes, reposts. I'm not really sure what these are, to be honest. Love, funny, I'm not sure, but I just have them anyways, just in case Appify gives back that data. So I created new columns for those. Okay. And then SRT, you can remove that. That doesn't matter. Okay. So that's what the automation is doing. Yeah, that's the output here. So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to take the post and recreate it as your own. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is take the post and then use AI to basically change up the post so that it fits your tone and how you would sound. Okay, so first, let me quickly walk through the Airtable. So when let's say that, take a look at the metrics, right? This one has one of the highest likes. So let's say I want to take this one, right? And this is the original caption. You can see here, it's a pretty long one, but let's say I want to take this and then I want to generate a new script. Okay. So before I click this, let me show you the Airtable workflow. Starts out with the webhook. Again, this webhook, you're going to simply just update it here. So this address before this question mark, I will just replace that with the correct web URL and then keep everything else the same. What that's doing is it's going to first take the record based on the record ID that it's coming from. And then it's going to take that information from that record. And I'm going to then feed it into a tool called OpenRouter. Basically, OpenRouter is a place where all of the LLMs can be referenced. So instead of you having to reference, say, OpenAI API or Anthropic API, I just like using OpenRouter, and it's very affordable. It's just like a couple cents when you're using it, and it's great for automation as well. So I like doing the pay-as-you-go option. Okay. So anyways, we're going to reference the OpenRouter and we're going to feed it a prompt. So I like to say, hey, rewrite this LinkedIn post so that it fits my tone and personality. This is how I like to sound: conversational, human, natural, like I'm talking to a helpful friend or colleague. And then keep it insightful, but down to earth. Okay. And then keep the key ideas and structure. Now, I like to say, don't include any intro or meta text, like here's rewritten version, just give me the final post. Okay. So that way I don't have to change too much. And then I'm referencing the original caption here. Okay. The role will be system. And then, like I said, I like using Claude. So whenever Claude comes out with their new model, you can easily just update it here, right, from the dropdown. So I want to use the latest one, which is the Claude Sonnet 4.5 as of the recording of this video. And yeah, I'm going to save that. And then whatever the output is, I'm going to then add it back into the Airtable. Okay, so you can see here under caption updated, I'm going to bring in this message here. Okay, content. Okay, keep everything else blank. Okay, so save it. All right, so let's run this. I'm gonna run this, and I'm going to click on generate script. You can see that it's been accepted. You can see it is currently running. It's going through the open router. Okay, takes about maybe 15 to 20 seconds to go through. And then when it's done, it's going to come back and it's going to update this field here. Okay, so here's what nobody tells you while you're overthinking whether your idea sounds smart enough. Okay, so it's a bit similar, but different as well, right? So the hook is a little bit different. Everybody's worried about looking stupid. This one starts with, here's what nobody else told me. And you can go in and you can update it as well. Okay, so yeah, so that's that. So that's going to be the script part of it. Now you can also do something similar for the media as well. You can update the media using an image LLM for image generation. I'm not going to do that in this video specifically because it's going to take a little bit of time to set it up, but it's the same type of process. You would use some automation and some prompting to change up the image. Okay, so in this case, let's say that I would just take in this image, for example. Maybe I don't want to use this one, but I want to use this one. Okay, I'll do another video later on how to change up the images and things like that, but for the sake of this video, let's just say I'll take this one. Or you can keep it blank, and then I'll show you later on how the automation basically takes in that original media file and use that as the post. Okay, so let's just say that I take this post. So I'm good with the updated caption and the new image. So now I'm going to send this to my Airtable with all of my content. So let me show you what that looks like. All right, so this is what I call my business OS. So this is the database that I'm currently using to keep track of all of my business data. Specifically, I have my content OS here, which is all of the content that I'm posting. So you can see here that this post was brought over from the other Airtable. Okay, and then you can see here the image was brought over as well. Okay, so the next step is for you to schedule this out. So what we're going to do that is we're going to use this automation here. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this. Basically, it works very similar to the previous automation. Basically, what we're going to do is we have this button here called schedule post. Before I click that, I want to schedule it for a specific date. So let's just say I want to schedule it right now. Okay, so I just click now, and then I'm going to click schedule post. So what that's going to do is it's going to take that data, reference the record, and then I'm going to use something called Late. Basically, it's a tool where I can automatically schedule out the posts. It's a really cool tool because you can connect all of your social media profiles inside of it. And then from there, you can reference you can call the API to post automatically. So basically, I'm referencing all this information here. So I'm going to use, for the image, it's going to be that image URL. For the content or the caption, it's going to be the copy or transcript field. And then when it's scheduled for. Okay, so those are the things I'm referencing. Okay, so basically when it's running, it's going to post it or schedule the post. And then when it's done doing that, it's going to update you can see here, where is it? Yeah, there we go. Status, under status, it'll say schedule. So let's test that out. Okay, so I don't want to use this image. Let me use different image. Let me use this one here. Drop this. Okay. So let's just say this is good to go. I'm going to click schedule post. And what that's going to do is it's going to run this automation. Okay. You can see it's accepted. It's probably clicked that too soon or too late, but the automation is already run. So it's scheduled and these two are posted. So I can check that inside of get late. So we'll refresh. Okay, there you go. This is the post. So if I want to take a look at it, let's see how it looks. Boom, there you go. So this is the full post. You see here, it's fully written and accustomed to your tone and how you sound. Now, I will say if there are any links, I would just update those. So I'm going to have to go in and update that. But you can see there that the image was also posted. So this is how you're able to take the posts that are performing well and change a few things and then use it as your own. So if you want to shortcut the build and get the full plug and play version of this, the Airtable system, the make automations, and the AI prompts, it's all inside of our Easy AI University. It's a new platform that I founded to teach practical real-world AI systems. The same one I actually use in my own businesses. So it's for professionals, founders, and creators, anyone who wants to get results by building their own AI systems. You'll find other systems like this, plus full step-by-step courses, templates, and automation blueprints. That's going to save you hours each week. I'll drop the link down below if you want to join or just explore what's inside. Now, if you find this video to be helpful, just like this video and then drop a comment down below, letting me know how you're planning to build this for yourself. All right, I'm going to see you in the next video. Meanwhile, you can also watch these videos as well.